Hello, welcome to Cracking the Cryptic, and you may be tuning into this video after watching the opening game of the UEFA EURO 2024 football competition. You may well not, but if you were, you will be excited to know that Arlo Lipov earlier predicted the result of the game. And we will get to that in a moment. And this is his commemoration of the opening day of UEFA EURO 2024. We will do this in a moment because it is the right day to do it on. Don't forget, though, that on Patreon you can still try Blobs' wonderful Lord of the Rings Sudoku quest and retrieve the artifacts needed and enter the competition by the 20th. There's also, of course, plenty of other content on Patreon, and it's all great fun, frankly. There's crossword videos and extra Sudoku packs and all sorts. Now, on another link under the video, you can get to our apps, which are a suite of 10 wonderful collections of Sudoku puzzles. They will entertain you for hours and hours, and we recommend them very highly. They're incredibly good value, as is Patreon. As is Sven's Sudoku Pad, also available there, and our merchandise, which is maybe average value. And the first link, however, is to Arlo Lipov's puzzle. Now, Arlo Lipov first wrote to us one April the 1st, and I can't remember, I worked out whilst on air that Arlo Lipov is an anagram of April Fool. I don't remember if it was while starting or finishing the puzzle, but I do remember that occurred literally while I was filming, and that was quite funny for me. Now, he has since, I'm guessing he has commemorated various tournaments, not just football, I think, with puzzles themed on them. And today, what I read is that the UEFA EURO 2024 tournament kicks off in Munich. This Sudoku is a prediction of the last-minute winning goal for hosts Germany against Scotland in the opening game. In this aerial view, the big circles represent 5 German attacking players, the missing digits being their shirt numbers. The attached arrows show the home team's passing, dribbling and shooting of the ball from the initial corner kick to the decisive goal. The killer cage represents the visible part of Scotland's goal. The black dot is the Scottish goalkeeper, and the white dots are the Scottish outfield players defending in time added on. So this, I guess Arlo has gone as far as to predict exactly the move and which players are involved and where the ball goes in the goal. But I think we can take it as miraculous if Arlo has indeed even predicted a last-minute winner for Germany against Scotland. I don't know what the result of the game was because I'm filming this before it starts. I'm not deliberately wearing dark blue for Scotland, but my allegiance would be more with the UK team, I guess. So good luck to the Scots. It's too late for that now. Anyway, we will have a look at the rules of this puzzle, which what I read was the kind of flavor text. And now the rules are, normal Sudoku rules apply, 1 to 9 in every row, every column, and every 3 by 3 box. In a cage, we only have one cage, digits sum to the number shown, which is 5. Digits along an arrow sum to the digit in the attached circle. In this puzzle, all circled digits are different. And I guess that relates to the fact that they are different shirt numbers. A grey line is a palindrome. Now, there are grey lines under some of the arrows. You may have to look fairly carefully. There are 3 grey lines in the puzzle. It's a palindrome, reads the same in both directions, so this one might go 616 in theory. Digits separated by a white dot are consecutive. Digits separated by a black dot are in a 1-to-2 ratio. That's it. Give it a try on the first link, and more importantly, find out whether Arlo's prediction is right by looking up the result of Germany v Scotland. I am going to start now, and I'm not going to know the result till hours after recording this, but I will probably be watching the match. Anyway, let's get cracking. So the arrows are palindromes in a couple of cases, there and there. Now, this means that on this 4-cell palindrome, the longest one, the digits all add up to this number. So those two digits are the same as those two digits. And this number must be even, because whatever those two add up to, let's call that x, the line must add up to 2x. And they must be at least 1 and 2. They're either 1 and 2 or 1 and 3, because we're coming to a total of 6 or 8. One of these is definitely a 1. And that means this digit on this other palindrome is not a 1. But it is also repeated in an arrow total. It could be a 4. I was thinking I could confine it to 2 or 3, but that's not the case. 4, 1, 4 would give a valid 9 in the circle here. So, and if it's 2, this could be anywhere up to 5, but we are limiting digits a bit. Now, this can't be a 1, 2, 3 set, or that cell is broken. So it's at least 1, 2, 4, and this player in the corner is number 7, 8, or 9. This is number 6 or 8. This is at least number 5. This one is even because it's just 2 cells added together. Now, that could be as low as number 2 with 2 1s here. This one actually is quite big because those are 3 different digits. So they're at least 1, 2, 3, plus a minimum 1 there makes this 7, 8, or 9. It makes this digit at a maximum 3. So in the 5 cage, that's going with 2, 3, or 4. On the black dot, that is going with, well, 1 or 4 or 6. Now, that's not possible. If this was a 6 because that was a 3, well, that would be a 2 already. It would be up to 8, and we'd still have 2 digits to put in. And although you could have 11 on a shirt number, you can't have it as a Sudoku digit. So this is not a 6, and that's not a 3, and that's not a 2. Now, where were we? I was thinking, I was doing the possible digits. If that was a 2, this was 1 or 4. If that's a 4, this is a 2. It can't be an 8 for the same sort of reasons. We'd get much too high on the arrow. So this is now 1, 2, or 4. This cannot be a 1 because it's in between 2 dots in the same box, and they would both have to be 2s. So now we've got a 2, 4 pair in the column and on the black dot, and so on and so forth. This digit is odd, 1, 3, or 5. Now what else is on here? I feel like I could almost say there must be a 1 in one of these 2 cells. If that was a 4, this doesn't work. If that was a 4, this would now be a 2, and that would be a 3. We'd already have 7 on the line with at least 1 and 2 to come. That doesn't work. So this is a 2. Excuse me 1 second. Annoying, but I have to do this. There we go. My apologies, Fridays are bad for interruptions, and it just happens. Right, so we've got a corner of the grid done. Now, on this arrow, I still think we're going to need a 1 here. We couldn't have 3 and 5. So the 1 must be there now because we've got a 1 in box 3 already. Now we're adding up to, 4. This has to be a 5 because of 1, 2, 3, 4 being used in the box. So there we go. We found the player number 9. That means he's not taking the corner over here, according to the rules of this puzzle, where all circled digits have to be different. So there is a 1 on this arrow. It's in one of those 2 cells, and it's not here. But we knew one of these 2 digits had to be a 1 because one of these 2 has to be a 1. We now know it's here. The palindrome tells us where the other 1 is. And we're getting some 1s going now. We've got a 1 there and a 1 here. We must have a 1 in one of those 2 cells just off the pitch. We've definitely got a 1 here. There's 4 1s looking into box 9. Now these digits are 6, 7, 8, and 9. And that's, this can't be 9. And this white dot says, it doesn't say a lot about this digit. I thought it would, and it doesn't. Okay, I'm not quite sure where to attack next. This is either 1, 2, 4, or 1, 2, 5, or 1, 3, 4. There's going to be a 2 or a 3 used there, and there's clearly 1 here. So this white dot can't use 1, 2, or 3. No, I don't think that's necessarily very helpful yet. This can't be a 1, 1 pair because of the 1s we've placed. So that's not a 2. So this is either a 2, 2 pair, a 3, 3 pair, or a 4, 4 pair. Adding up to 4, 6, or 8. That didn't get me very far. I should probably be thinking about these. If that wasn't a 4, this would be a 6, 8 pair, and that would definitely be a 7. With a 1, 2, 4 here. That would be a 3, so this would be an 8. That's interesting. Okay, so if this is not a 4 with a 2, 2 arrow, then this is forming a 6, 8 pair. We learn that this is 1, 3, 4. Where did I get that from? If that's a 6, 8 pair, this is 7, so this is 1, 2, 4. That's a 3, and now this arrow adds up to 8. So that's an 8, and this is a 6. So if this is not a 4, it ends up being a 6. Now it cannot, therefore, be an 8. Does anything else happen if this is... That's a 7. This is 1, 2, 4. That's a 3, and this is an 8. It doesn't determine what this is. So no, that trail runs a little cold. But it was interesting to rule 8 out of this circle. These are either a pair of 2s or 3s. Now, whatever that digit is, in row 1, it must appear in one of these cells. And it cannot appear here because there's one of 2 or 3 there and another one here. So there can't be a third one up here. So that digit is whatever this is. I might give it a little bit of yellow colouring. Just because it's the same digit in each case. Now the other digit from 2 or 3, I wanted to say it has to be here, but I don't know that. It can't be there or there. I feel like I'm on the verge of determining what this arrow is, but I can't quite see how to do it. There is a 9 in one of these positions. If it's there, that's 9, 8. Yeah, Arlo's puzzles are never giveaways. This is unsurprisingly getting a bit tougher now. And I don't quite know what to look for at the moment. Okay, if that was a 4, with the 2, 2 pair here, and that's a 2, right, this digit is the same as this. I could have coloured that yellow as well because of the palindrome. So whatever this yellow digit is does not appear on this arrow at all. I shouldn't have coloured this yellow. I don't know which one of these is that yellow digit. That's the problem up there. I do know that those 3 are the yellow digit. Maybe I should colour it like this. So these are definitely the same, and it's one of these 2. Now, if it's 3, this arrow could be 1, 2, 4 or 1, 2, 5. If it's a 2 in yellow, this arrow is definitely 1, 3, 4. That's an 8. That's a 6, that's a 4, and that was based on it being 2, so that really works. Oh, of course, if it's a 3, this is a 6. Right, if yellow is 3, this is a 6, so this is an 8, and then these have to be 3s as well. So if yellow is a 3, we've got all these 3s in the grid turning up, we would have one there as well. Now, is that impossible? It's very constrained. Six, eight, seven. I can't falsify it. I can't say it's not. Goodness. Okay, let's go back to it being a 2 with a 4 in the circle. That's not so constraining. But then we have 1, 3, 4 on the arrow. We have 8 in the corner taking circle, 6 here, 4 here. Oh, then we have, right. Yeah, okay, so these are both yellow, I think. Okay, my reasoning for that, I'm going to go through it again. If these are 2s, this arrow is 1, 3, 4, and that's an 8, and this is now a 6 because the circle has to be different, and then these are 2s as well. If these are 3s, then this is a 6, and that's an 8, and these are the same colour again. So these are always yellow. Goodness, so that is definitely yellow and is 2 or 3. This digit is not going to be... Yeah, it's not going to be the other digit out of 2 or 3. Now, my reasoning for that is because if this was a 3, this couldn't be a 2 because that couldn't be a 3. It sees the other yellow cells, and it couldn't be a 1 because of that. If this was a 2, that might be a 3, but then this digit, which couldn't be another 2, would have to be a 4, but that would be a 4. So this can never be the other digit out of 2 and 3. It can never be 1. So now this has to be 4, and the yellow digit becomes a 3. That's what I reckon is happening. And that is going to get us well on the way to solving the puzzle suddenly. That is a lovely and intriguingly complicated step, in my opinion. Very clever, Arlo. So that's a 6 by either adding up the arrow. This becomes an 8 by either adding up the arrow or knowing it's not a 6. This is now a 7. And we have a 1, 2, 4 here. This cell sees 1 and 4, so that's a 2. This is a 1, 4 pair. The even digit on this circle, this dot, is a 6. I mean, we've got so much of the puzzle done. I think the rest might actually be relatively straightforward. We've got one more circle to get, and we've used outfield players number 6, 7, 8, and 9. I think 5 was the minimum here, so this is the defender in position 5. Getting involved in the passing move, and that finishes off that arrow. So, I mean, we're rocking now. We can put a 1 in here by Sudoku, 4 and 1. I can probably finish off most of 1s, 2s, 3s, and 4s. 1s are done once I fill in that one. 2s, maybe not. There's a 2 in one of those cells. There's a 2 in one of those two. This isn't quite as... but there's a 2 in one of those, which fixes the 2 in box 2. And then one of those cells is a 2 and one of those. Okay, I couldn't get much further with 2s. 3s, though, we've got 7 in the grid already. And a little X-wing on 3s that I've actually marked. 4s, okay, it doesn't actually carry on, so we'll have to do a bit more proper Sudoku. That's a naked single. It sees 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9 in the row. 6 in the box, 5 in the column, so that is a 7, touching an 8. This is a 5, 6 pair. We know the order thanks to a 5 in column 9. This now can't be 5 or 6 or 8, actually. That is a definite 7. This is a 2, 4, 8 triple. That's a naked 8. 2, 4 there, 1, 3. This is a 6, 7 pair. They can be filled in. This is a 9, 5 pair. 4 there, that's a 5, that's a 9. I could probably have done this sequence of white dots much earlier, but there we go. Sometimes you see it, sometimes you don't. That now has to be a 6-7 pair, and that's a 9. In fact, the 6-7 pair, the order is known. I really think we're just finishing off at this point. 9-4-3, waiting for the final whistle to blow, perhaps, in the football metaphor. That's a 4. We've got 5 and 8 in the top row. They're easily done. 5, 7, 9, 8. That's a naked 4 with a 3-5 pair in these cells. Makes this a 6-7 combo. That must be a known 9. 2 and 8 there. Now, that's a 7-9 pair. This is a 6-8 pair. The white dot doesn't quite resolve those. Or this. 3-7-9 here. Oh, there's still a bit of work to do here. Fair enough. Shouldn't expect to get everything on a plate. That is 4 or 8. That is 2 or 8. Oh, okay. I'm going to have to use this white dot then, because there isn't much else going on at the bottom, unless I'm probably missing Sudoku. Oh, look, a 2-8 pair in that row. So this is a naked 6, because it sees 1, 3, 5, the 2-8 pair, and 4, and 9, and 7. So it's a 6. That fixes this 7, 6. This is now an 8, which doesn't resolve the dot, but it does resolve 6 there. This is now a 4, and that is going to finish off column 7, and that is going to finish off the puzzle this time. So there we go. It is very doable. 9 there. These are 5 and 2, I reckon. The 5 sorts out 3 and 5 over there. We are going to get a 3 in the corner to celebrate the start of the tournament. That's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spotlight. And there we go. That is the solution to the UEFA EURO 2024 opening game by Arlo Lipov. And an excellent puzzle it was as well. With a passing move from number 7 in the corner to number 8 there, knocks it back to 5, forward to 6, who jinks inside, sends it back to 9, who sends a curling shot into the corner of the net, away from the Scottish goalkeeper, number 1, who's obviously diving towards it. Anyway, it's a great idea, and let's see if Germany scored a last-minute winner in the opening game. You can find out straight away if you want. Thanks for watching, and we will be back with more Sudoku tomorrow. Bye for now.